Everybody, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for our first live, Karista live here. And joining me today are two wonderful guests, Wade Innis and Doren Quinton, who I am going to be introducing them in a minute. But as we are waiting for people to join us, to sign in and here you are today, I'd like you to please type in your greetings. Everybody who's joining us, share where you're joining us from. What are you looking forward to learning today? What are you excited about? And if you want to greet Doren and Wade here, who we have some fans probably who will be tuning in today. So if you want to share your greetings for Doren, Wade, and myself here, just feel free to type it in. So we have about 7 people joining us today right now. So where are you guys from? Hello, hello, hello. Whoever is joining us from social media land. Where are you from? Hello, hello. And for those of you who are going to watch this later on after the show, you can just fast forward because after a few minutes, we will have a presentation from Wade and we have a presentation from Doren. Okay, so we have 10 people joining today. Hi, everybody. So we are going to introduce Wade first. Wade Innis is our inspector. Hi, Jean Elvin. Good to see you too. Let's show Wade's website, please, here so people can see that. So yes, Wade Innis is with Buyer's Choice, and he offers multiple services. He offers residential, commercial, pre-sale home inspection, premium home inspection, home maintenance, renovation deficiency, and new home warranty inspection services. So I think that's great to know because I know some residential home inspectors cannot do commercial. They just don't have the license. It seems like Wade made sure that he covers all of that. So if you have home inspection needs, this is Wade's website, and he specializes in Kamloops, right, Wade? Is there any other area, Wade, that you go to?
Yeah, Kamloops and surrounding, Sun Peaks, Merritt, Logan Lake, Ashcroft, anything surrounding within a reasonable distance. Yeah, we'll go out and take a look.
Okay, great. So we've had dozens of clients who've worked with Wade. So we have investors who live here in the lower mainland in BC, and then they purchase rental property in Kamloops, and Wade has been professional, kind, expert, amazing in making sure that those properties are inspected very well so that it gives our clients peace of mind when they take over. So thank you so much, Wade, for taking care of our clients and joining us today. Okay. Our next guest is Doren Quinton, and Doren is our realtor expert, and I'd like us to put up Doren's Facebook here. Doren is very busy, and he has hundreds and hundreds of clients, and he still had make sure that all our clients were well taken care of. And this is Doren's Facebook. So if you want to know more about Doren, he also posts once in a while, if you're lucky. A property will be posted here, but I'm sure by the time you click on it, it'll probably sold. But Doren, here, if you want to purchase in Kamloops, Doren is your guy. He knows the area, and he also does a wonderful cash flow calculator each time you purchase a property. So he calculates your ROI. And I think that has to do a lot with, he knows the area, he knows the market. He's also an investor, and he's also an accountant. So I tell the investors, when you purchase rental properties, you fall in love with the numbers. You don't just fall in love with the property, but it seems that Doren takes care of you falling in love with both the numbers and the property every time you purchase in Kamloops. So thank you, Doren, for helping dozens of our clients as well and purchasing properties in Kamloops. So yay. Thank you, Thank you so much, Doren, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on.
So we've had, oh, hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining us today. You're going to hear wonderful things about the the Kamloops market. And according to Real Estate Investors Network, apparently Kamloops is the market to watch in British Columbia. And so, Wade, take it away. You have a presentation for our viewers today. So if you guys have any question for Wade as he is going through with his presentation, feel free to type it in. Take it away, Wade.
Perfect. Thanks for having me today. Just introducing myself again, I'm Wade Innis. I'm a part owner of the franchise for a Buyer's Choice Home Inspections up here in Kamloops, British Columbia. I was raised in the Lower Mainland, moved up here with my little family about 10 years ago for a lifestyle change. My wife and I have owned houses and rentals in both markets, and so we're very familiar with that whole process. My history, I'm a Red Seal carpenter, so I have built houses, I've renovated houses, and now I'm inspecting houses. So I have a very, very extensive trades background. So talk about inspection and the inspection process up here in Kamloops. So why does anybody hire an inspector? What does the inspector do for the client? And what does an inspector do for the real estate transaction in general? With my trades background throughout the years, I've been asked to look at properties for various friends and family. And when I was looking for a career change, I was turned on to a Buyer's Choice Home Inspection, the franchise, through a realtor in town here. And it turns out their philosophy and approach in real estate and my philosophy and approach in real estate are very, very similar. A Buyer's Choice Home Inspection was started by a realtor decades ago who was sick and tired of incompetent home inspectors blowing up his deals. And so throughout the years, Buyer's Choice Home Inspection has become the #1 residential home inspection service across North America, year in and year out. Buyer's Choice Home Inspection philosophy and approach to the real estate transaction is for us as inspectors to assist, comfort, and protect all within the real estate transaction. So let's quickly talk about these. First thing we do is we assist. We assist buyers to buy, we assist sellers to sell, and we assist real estate agents to close deals faster and for more money. One of the ways that we do this is we've partnered with a third-party company that takes care of all of our background business, billing, and email services called ISN. It's an Inspector Service Network. One of the things that we are renowned for is our communication between all three parties. A little example on bullet point number 2. Oftentimes I show up at a house that's owned by an old couple who've been in that house for 50, 60 years, and they're downsizing. When they went through the real estate process 50 years ago, was very different from today. And most of them have never, ever had an inspection done or gone through that. And they all thanked me for the email that I sent them, which includes videos on what we do when we inspect and how to prepare their home for inspection. And that was on the seller side of it. Okay, so that's one of the little things that we do. The second point is we comfort all parties involved. We look at all the parties as partners in the real estate transaction. We as inspectors are typically hired by the client or the buyer. The buyer at that time is usually very nervous about the house. They're nervous about the financial transaction that's going to be taking place. And a lot of the time, they're very nervous about buying in an unfamiliar territory, which is this audience today. Okay. The seller, on the other hand, they're nervous about what we do. They're nervous about what we're going to find. They're often thinking, is this inspector competent in what he does? And they're wondering literally if we're going through their drawers. And that happens because they've never been through this. And the last person that we comfort is the agent through this whole process. Agents are always thinking, is this inspector going to blow up my deal? And that is valid. I totally see that and I get it. So real quickly on all these things, that's our philosophy, is to comfort and to comfort all those that are involved. We don't just work for the client, we work for all three parties involved. And the last thing that we do is we protect. We do protect all parties involved by various things. I carry errors and omissions and liability insurance. I have to do that. A buyer's choice home inspection carries the next level of that, so we can protect everyone involved through that. Our inspection process is industry standard. Most other inspection companies and firms look and see what we do and then try to emulate that. One of the things that we offer standard with everything is thermal imaging. Okay, that's above and beyond the scope of home inspection, but we believe it's an important part of seeing where the naked eye can't see in a house. Another thing that Buyer's Choice Home Inspection covers that most others don't is a warranty between the period of inspection and possession. So as real estate agents, what do you guys do? Tell your clients who are listing their house. You tell them to clean, 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 and declutter, declutter, declutter. Oftentimes when I show up at my inspections, I open the door and I can smell bleach. And that's right, that's good. They've cleaned their house. But what happens between that point and the time where clients move in 3 months later? The house gets less clean and little tiny things pop up. And so we have a warranty to protect anything that pops up between that inspection and that possession process. Another thing that a buyer's choice home inspection does that no one else that we're aware of does is appliance recall check. So with appliances, they are beyond the scope of home inspection. It's a removable item in a house. And so what we do is appliances in North America, about 20% of them floating around have a recall check of some sort. The companies behind those appliances make it very difficult for the standard homeowner to be able to find out if that appliance has a recall. So what we do is we take all the serial numbers of all the appliances in the house, that's including hot water tanks and HVAC. We send them in and the homeowner gets an ongoing quarterly recall check on all those appliances for as long as they own the home. So that's one of the things.
Wow, that's different. That's ongoing. That's awesome.
And I get the updates on that. I don't actually get to see what's going on because I don't own those appliances, but I do the updates. And yeah, it's about 1 in every 5 appliances have some sort of a recall check on. And you wouldn't know unless we did that. So it's one of the services that we offer. The last thing is our comprehensive technical business and our field training. British Columbia, the standards for home inspection is we need to do the schooling, and then they require 50 hours of field training. 50 hours for a typical home inspector is about 4 inspections. We at a buyer's choice home inspection, they do not let us go on our own until we've completed 15 shadows with a licensed home inspector. And so we just kind of kick that up to the next level. So what is a home inspection and what is the home inspection process? Inspections are a visual, non-invasive, non-destructive evaluation of the house systems using standard operating controls. Okay, inspectors, us as licensed inspectors, we all belong to a professional association which sets our standards of practice. Now, our standards of practice is what we inspect and what are beyond the scope of home inspection. With the Buyer's Choice Home Inspections, we send these standards emailed to all the parties involved before we do an inspection. So it's very clear on what we do. On the bullet points, there are some of the things that we take a look at. I just want to talk about the very last one, the limitations. In bold there, I put, I can't see everything. Okay, home inspection.
I thought you're Superman. No?
Hey, we do the best we can, but we are limited. So right now I'm looking out my window up here in Kamloops and there's a foot of snow everywhere, including on the roof. Okay, so a limitation in a home inspection is something that blocks our ability to inspect a system. Snow is obviously one of those things. So right now it's a big limitation. I cannot mount a roof with snow. A, my insurance won't allow me and my association would ask me what I was thinking. And B, if I did go on that roof, all I'm going to see is snow. And so that is a limitation. Also, all homes have what we call latent defects. What that means is a certain defects will only show up under certain conditions and situations. Okay, I'm in your home one time in my life for 3 hours. There's no possible way I can catch everything. We do the best we can, but I can't see everything. So that's just to adjust expectations on home inspection. And we do have warranties and things to help cover those things, okay?
But I'm pretty sure you already see 95% more than what I'd see because
Oh, absolutely.
of
Absolutely.
everything that you know that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, with our technical training, like with my trades background, like the actual structure of the house and the systems of the house, I was very, very familiar with. There's nothing surprising there, but the schooling did go over things that I was willfully ignorant over. Like I don't really look at electrical that much. My brother's a Red Seal electrician, so I just handed all the electrical over to him. Now I can't be willfully ignorant. I actually know quite a bit about the electrical, the plumbing, the HVAC, air conditioning and all that stuff. So for sure, yeah, we definitely see a lot more than the standard, and that is because of our training and our methodologies. Okay. So what to expect for a home inspection? I typically show up for my morning inspections at 9 a.m., afternoon inspections at 2 p.m. That can be adjusted according to various schedules. That's not set in stone. But when I arrive at 9 a.m., I start on the exterior of the home. I do lots and grounds, take a look at the exterior of the home, and I go up on the roof. After that, I come in the home and I start in the basement, and I usually start with HVAC, electrical, plumbing, AC, all that good stuff. And then I move for the various rooms upstairs, and I end off in the attic. The next bullet point there, walking through with a client, I push this so hard. I think the walkthrough with the client at the end of the inspection is the single most important part. Okay. So what I do is I get them there about 15, 20 minutes early. I let them use that last little bit for kind of a second showing, just because things are moving so quick. Oftentimes you don't get a chance for a second showing. And then I'll take another 15 or 20 minutes to go through the major deficiencies of the house. And I also go through the maintenance issues of the house. I literally have them take the furnace filter out, how to change that. I show where all the on-off switches are, all the safety switches are, and just other various little things around the house. Then I go home and I get the report out that evening. It needs to be out within 24 hours, but I always get it out within that evening. And I always send it to the client and their real estate agent. Okay. That's a typical thing. Now, what happens if we can't show up for a walkthrough? With the roads the way they've been with the Vancouver issue, some people just can't get here, and that's fine. So what I do is I go home, I get the report out to you right away, try to get it to you within a couple of hours, and I expect the client and the realtor to read the report.
Really?
I do expect that. And then that evening, I'll have an in-depth phone call with the client. I'll spend an hour or two on the phone, and I will go through the report, and I'll answer any questions and go through what they need to know to make an educated decision on whether they're going to buy that property or not. And the last real quick bullet point, COVID restrictions. It changes from house to house, but most people are pretty good with taking the proper precautions. Some people are like, absolutely not, no one's coming into my house, and that we have to respect that. But generally speaking, with COVID, we're okay. So the last little slide I want to go through, tips and tricks for buying and selling. So the first one is call early. I get 1 or 2 phone calls a week from Lower Mainland realtors that are like, hey, we're looking at a house. I need you to do a home inspection for me tomorrow, Wade. I am always booking a week or two out. And I usually say, did you just put in the offer yesterday? And they said, no, a couple of weeks ago. We just didn't get around to it till now. Call early. Call the day of. Let's get it in the books so you guys, you're not going to get caught like this. Secondly, with your real estate agents, give me a call, and I have no problems with setting a tentative date with you so you can put that in your offer to make your offer stronger. I'll hold a date for you for 24 to 48 hours. I have no problem with that. There's no cancellation fees and none of that. Just let me know when you know if you got it or not. But call early and get this booked right away. Okay. So the last 2 things are kind of just rental tips and tricks. It's not really an inspection thing, but it's just things that I always give to my clients about having rentals. Bylaw enforcement in Kamloops enforces rental complaints. Okay. And bylaw is enforced under complaint basis only. It takes a neighbor to complain about something for them to respond. Okay, so let's nip the complaints in the bud. The top 2 complaints with bylaw for rentals in Kamloops, the number 1 thing is parking. When you're looking for a revenue property, think about parking. Okay, We have revenue properties up here. I've got a house with a 3-bed up, 2-bed down. It's got a double wide driveway with a single carport. We have it written right in our agreement with our tenants that the cars have to be parked in front of each other in the driveway. There is no street parking allowed. Cars have to be in running order and they have to be insured.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the butt to have to move cars to get a car that's blocked in, but that's not our problem. Okay. So that's how we've nipped that one in the bud. The second thing, the most complained about bylaw is lawn care, yard care. Okay. We can all drive up and down our streets and you can usually tell right away which house is the rental because the lawn's a foot overgrown and there's 5 uninsured cars on the property. So what we've done up here is we've hired my son to go every Saturday and do a full lawn care on the lawns. Now, my tenants are all like, oh, no, we can handle that. And I said, no, my son likes to work and we like to teach him. I'm not doing this for my tenants. I'm doing this for me. So I don't get a call and a complaint about a overgrown yard from one of the neighbors.
Okay.
So those are 2 little tips and tricks. The last thing is referring trades. For all my clients, if you're an absentee landlord, it's very difficult Christmas Eve when your HVAC system goes down for you to race up here from North Vancouver to fix a faulty faucet. I have no problem with the life of you owning the home to give me a call. I know a lot of the trades in this town. I was in it for 10 years. I have no problem with referring you to guys that I trust. And it's good to have that little thing. Appliance tech, same thing. I know them all. And I have no problem with referring you to the trades as an ongoing service for you, the life of you owning the home.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that insight. That's quite helpful. But can you go back? Can you go back to that slide? I like that one. Okay, the one before this. Yes, so this is so important, right? Because sometimes people like to do shortcuts. They want to hire somebody, or they don't want to hire somebody. They want their friend to do something, or they take the opinion of their friend who is not licensed, who's not bonded, who's just throwing out opinions right there and there. But this is very important.
Everybody shows up at the walkthrough with their uncle or their neighbor who's going to set the inspector straight. Everybody does. And that's fine. I have no problem, and I like people and I like talking and it's all good. So I usually just start out just by letting them know that I am a red seal carpenter. I've built about 200 houses in my career and I've renovated more than that. And now I'm inspecting them. And so, but I'm happy to have you along. And that usually shuts the uncle up pretty quick. So lets me do my job. But yeah, get a professional. We are professionals for a reason. We have insurances. We're bonded, like you said. We are there to do that job specifically, and hiring a professional. And I include that with realtors also. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm turning away private sale inspections. Mm-hmm. Realtors do so much in the process to facilitate the real estate transaction that I highly recommend to anyone that says, oh, I'm looking at a house right now, it's a private sale. I'm like, you need to get a realtor to help you out. Even if it costs you a little bit, they do things that you don't even know what are going on behind, and they're going to save you from headache later on.
There you go. Perfect. Well, perfect way to end your presentation. Thank you so much, Wade, for that insight. I hope a lot of you who are watching, Monica Arbulante, thank you for joining us. Thank you for that shout out. I hope that is very educational. I learned so much from that. And for anybody who's wanting to purchase your rental property in Kamloops or your property in Kamloops, Wade is certainly coming across as somebody who knows what he's doing, and he's there to take care of your investment property or your principal residence. So thank you so much, Wade. So Doren, now that we are primed and ready for Wade to inspect that property, can you please share with us what's happening with the Kamloops market before and now?
Sounds great. Great to be on here again, Bernadette. I always love working with all your clients. They're fantastic. They're all nice. And we've had some great experiences. So before I start talking about how we're going to make money in Kamloops, just a shout out to Wade. I've worked with Wade on a lot of different sales. He's one of those inspectors that walks in. If you got a 1971 house, he doesn't start telling you about how they all don't meet today's code, which just scares people. I mean, these houses were perfectly built in the 1970s and they're just fine. So he'll walk through all that with you and he won't scare you like a lot of other inspectors will.
All right. Yay. Thanks, Wade. And before you go, sorry, Doren, to interrupt, but Kathy says here, wow, such excellent information that I never thought of. Thanks, Wade. So thanks, Kathy. There you go, Wade. You have a fan. Doren, let's go.
All right. So how do I click through on my video things here? I can't forward it.
Oh, you move the mouse to the presentation. And then
okay, so let me just figure this out. It's not
no,
forwarding.
it's not working.
Nope. So should I stop sharing and share it again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So while he's just going to get out and come back in again. We just wanted to share that some of our investors who have bought properties in Kamloops have worked with Doren. It doesn't matter how busy Doren is. Like he owns a Century 21 franchise as well. He has agents, and and still working with our clients. And our clients don't feel that they are just one of the hundreds. So thank you, Doren.
Sounds good. So
is this working now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yes, we're good. Yay.
So I can't see you anymore, but that's okay. We'll just go through this. So why am I here today? So why Kamloops? Kamloops is probably one of the faster growing areas in British Columbia. Lots of great reasons to invest here. And why does it give us some of the best investment returns? So first of all, the Kamloops real estate market remains affordable. Prices have gone up a lot here in the last 2 years, like they have everywhere, but we're still like half of what a house in Greater Vancouver is, sometimes a third, but we have almost the same rental rates in Kamloops.
Yes.
So you're able to buy a house for half the price and rent it for the same amount as you would in Vancouver. And that's why we can do 20% annual returns on these and give you excellent cash flow. So I have vacancy typically below 1. We're actually below 0 right now. We have hundreds and hundreds of tenants living in hotels waiting for suites to come up. So if you advertise a property for rent in Kamloops, you're going to have 20 or 30 people within hours wanting to come view your place. So very good rental market, great for investors, just a great place. I don't know if you can see the screen here below it on the graphs very well, but Kamloops is that dark blue one at the bottom. So our price is way down here. Up here, this is Kelowna. This is the rest of the interior. This is the South Okanagan. So Kamloops is still the cheapest in the area, and we're only like 3 hours away from Vancouver. So we're not that far away.
Oh, wow. That's good to know. And sorry again to disturb you, Doren. You have a fan here, and Wade, Michael, David Makatiag said hello, Karista. Thank you, Wade and Doren, for helping us in our Kamloops property. So there you go.
Sounds great. And then this graph right beside, this is Vancouver at the top. So, I mean, you're 1.1 up here, whereas you're like 500,000 average in Kamloops. This is Fraser Valley here, and then Chilliwack at the bottom. So just a great place to invest. Kamloops also has a fantastic lifestyle. We have over 100 lakes within half an hour drive. Lots of hiking, lots of skiing, lots of outdoor camping. I've lived here since 1976. I just love it. Great area to raise your kids, and a good area to work. Just quickly, major employers in Kamloops. I mean, we're a university city. So major employment in Kamloops through the school district, through Interior Health. We have a lot of people that work at Highland Valley Copper in Kamloops. We have a lot of rental market going to those that work in the mining industry. And then a whole hodgepodge of other industries in Kamloops. So just lots of employment here. Everybody's looking for workers, and a lot of people need rental homes in Kamloops. So as Bernadette said, last year was absolutely insane in the Kamloops market. We're seeing multiple offers on every property. Trying to buy one for a Karista client tomorrow. There's probably going to be 8 offers on that one. But we win our fair share. So this is kind of the lighter side of the real estate market. What's it really like in Kamloops? buying a house in 2021 is like finding toilet paper in 2020. So
So true.
it is so true. And here's another one. Someone's listing their play area in the backyard for $300,000. That one's probably going to have multiple offers. And finally, this is one of my favorite ones. Who said the real estate profession was stressful? I'm 48 and I feel great. So that's the lighter side of the industry, but really it is crazy. So here's a look at 2021. If you see in the top one here, these are the number of sales. So even though everyone said COVID was going to knock us down and not enough sales, there we are. 2020 showed growth. 2021 record sales, almost 4,000 sales in Kamloops. And on a positive note, Century 21 was over 1,000 ourselves. So we have more than a quarter share of the market here in Kamloops.
Wow.
New listings. I wish that number was higher, because if that number was higher, our sale numbers would be way higher, because there's so many people waiting for houses to hit the market. Look at our active listings. We're normally sitting around 2,000. Every year lower we go. Last year, 619.
Holy moly.
So that's just a factor of homes being listed and sold within a week, and there's just no active listings. So the key for investors is I'm watching the market multiple times every day. I'm always looking for new listings. As soon as they come out, we're in there getting videos, and we're on top of them. And sometimes I get notice of houses going on the market before they're on the market. So give you a little bit of an advantage there. Here's our month of inventory. We're normally in that 10 months of inventory. We're sitting at like 2.
Oh, gosh.
So the market is crazy. Here's the long-term trend since 2012 of real estate prices in Kamloops. Wow. I love graphs like this. I used to work as a stock market investment consultant. Any stock company that has a stock chart like that, that's a great place to invest.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about some previous Karista clients. Bernadette mentioned that we helped a lot of their clients in 2021. So I'm just going to go through a quick list of homes that we bought in 2021. So here's one in April of last year, purchased for $526. This one's bringing in $3,200 a month.
Crazy.
That's great cash flow. That's great revenue. That's probably an investment return of about 24% per year. In May, the next month, we bought this 3-plex for a client. They paid $676. They're generating probably about $4,400 a month right now on that. So another great return. That one needed some renovations done to it, but they're getting it done, and a great investment return. June, this is a half duplex. They bought it for $445. Half duplexes are a great way to go. You get them a lot cheaper, and your revenue is still about $3,000 a month. This one has a suite in the basement as well. In June, we bought this single family home for $585. It's producing $3,200 a month in rent. In August, we bought this one. This is another half duplex for $522,500. This one's a little under market on rent right now, but they've got a good tenant in there, generating $2,800, but they've got a full unfinished basement that they're planning to put a suite in. And as soon as they put that suite in there, they'll probably be generating about $4,400 on this one.
Wow.
This single family home was just bought in September for $645. When they came up to see it from Vancouver, they said, wow, this house is nicer than the one we live in. So we have some great opportunities up here. That one's generating $3,800 a month. So again, great cash flow. And then this one has a it's a beautiful renovation upstairs. They're getting $2,800 upstairs alone. And then downstairs, they're getting, I think, $1,500. So they're actually generating $4,300 a month in revenue on that one. So a great return on that single family home. In October, this is another half duplex purchased for $485. They're generating $2,750. That's because there were some longer term tenants in there. Once those people leave, this one has a suite up and down as well. So this one would be generating probably $2,000 up and $1,400 down. So they'll be moving up to about $3,400 a month in revenue on that one. And then lastly, just in November, we bought this single family home for $570. and it should be generating revenue of about $3,000 a month. There's no suite in this one. It's a smaller home, but beautiful yard. You can see how well taken care of. This is one of those houses that Wade was talking about that had an older person in it who's lived there for like 50 years, and she just took care of the house so well.
Wow.
So those were all
Holy
bought
cow.
through Karista clients last year, and I loved working with everybody, and we've probably got about 20 more clients that we're trying to find houses for right now. So we're happy to do that. So let's talk about some opportunities that are available in Kamloops right now.
Right now at 1:06 p.m., right?
What's that?
Right at 1:06 p.m. because we
Yes,
can't
these are
talk
available
about 10
right
minutes
now.
from now.
Correct. So they're actually looking at offers on this one tomorrow. I do have a Karista client that's offering on this one. So this one is a half duplex built in 2019. I took a video of it this morning. It's a beautiful home, beautiful colors. Just shows really, really well. 3 bedrooms. It does have and then 2 bathrooms. It has an unfinished bathroom downstairs as well. 2-car garage. Bearland strata, only $100 a month, which covers your sewer on this one. So let's look at the numbers on this. It's listed at $519,900. However, I'm expecting it to probably sell about $570,000.
Wow.
Just because of the demand for something like this right now. So after your down payment of $114,000, you're going to be able to rent that for $2,800 or $3,000 a month. After your mortgage, your property taxes, your insurance, and your strata, your cash flow is about $400 a month on this, which is about a 17% return. But the great thing about this one is that there's like zero maintenance. This is a house that you should have zero problems in for many, many, many years. So good investment there. This is an older home that I'm also going to be putting an offer in for a Karista client. This one's listed at $549,000. It is a single family home. And they have already got permission to build a garden suite on this, which is a smaller 850 square foot home. If the buyer wants to, they can do that. As it is right now, you could probably rent this whole house out for about, $2,800, $3,000 a month. If you did build that garden suite, you'd probably get another $2,500 a month out there, and then you're generating, $5,000 or $6,000 a month in revenue.
Holy cow.
And so I'm estimating a purchase price on this one about $540,000. It's been on the market a little while. It's on a fairly busy street, but it would make for a good revenue property. So after rent of $2,800, I'm being conservative. After all your expenses, you should be cash flowing about $564 a month. Net income of about $1,728 a month, and that's an annual rate of return of about 19%. And you have to keep in mind that when I calculate ROI, I don't include any price appreciation.
Absolutely. Yes,
anybody who's bought in the last year, you could probably add $100,000 in valuation just from the increase in price.
Absolutely, for sure.
All right, last one. This is a 3-plex. This one's a little more expensive. It's listed at $949,000. But it is generating $5,450 a month in revenue right now. Lots of renovations done in this. It's nice and open. Good colors upstairs. Everybody loves those grays and whites. Downstairs is a little messier. It's a tenant downstairs, but this one is already fully tenanted. So I'm estimating a purchase price on this one of $925 just because of the price point. So it's going to require a little bit more down payment, but you're generating $5,450 a month. So after all your expenses, your cash flow is over $1,400 a month.
Holy cow.
Your net income is $3,400 a month. So you're getting an ROI on your down payment of about 22% per year. So that's Kamloops, and that's why we enjoy investing in Kamloops. And these opportunities come up all the time. You just have to be able and willing to jump on them quickly. So that is my presentation today, and be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so for all of you who've seen that, you see why a lot of our investors are choosing to purchase in Kamloops, as Doren has mentioned earlier. When you purchase a property, like much cheaper than when you purchase here, but the rent is much higher than the rent that you will be getting here. So you've seen those types of properties. I mean, half duplex, single detached for like 500, 600,000 and rent for like crazy between 3,000 all the way to 4,000. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And Wade, can you just share us a story about your property after you've renovated and finding tenants? Because some people, that's a question. Doren can answer that, but I wanted Wade's insight because he is a landlord and he's witnessed it. So I figured something coming from his perspective will also add credence to what Doren has mentioned.
Okay, so yeah, I bought a house with Doren in 18. Was that one on Ridgeview? I think it was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little old lady. They built it brand new in 68. I bet she was 90. She was moving into an old folks home. We got a really good deal on it because we jumped on it instantly. And it was old but clean, and that's what I look for. So I did the full renovation of it. It took me 6 months. I made it a 3-bed up, 2-bed down suite. And then we rented it out. In fact, I had people, while I was renovating it, I had people knocking on the door. Hey, when is this going to be available? So just in the summer that we just had here, we had to re-rent the upstairs. My downstairs tenants have been in since day one, and they're not going anywhere. But the upstairs, we had to re-rent. And so my wife put it on Facebook. And within 12 hours, we had over 100 applications. So we had to shut that down right away because you just can't answer 100 applications. And so she put for the next following Monday between 7 and 9 p.m. If you want a shot at renting a 3-bed up house, you be at that open house. I had to physically stand on the front lawn and stop people from going in. We had to stagger it. There's so many people there. We're handing out applications as they went in. And I had people standing there with their wallets out, literally saying, what is it? How much is it going to take right now to get me and my family in that house today? So for renting, you will never have a problem finding renters in this town. We rent that top for $2,300. The bottom's $1,200. So $3,500 cash flow a month. The bottom should be what, Doren, 15, 16 by now?
Yeah, with a 2-bedroom, you'd be in that range.
Yeah, and it's brand new downstairs. I completely renovated it right through. It's all new walls, all new drywall, all new flooring, all new everything. So, but the renters are good downstairs. We have no problem with $1,200. But yeah, upstairs is 23 right now, and they jumped all over it. We got great tenants in there right now. So.
That's the other thing. Like we've witnessed, like all our investors, the tenants, the quality of tenants have been spectacular. Professional people have been there, so we haven't had any problems with the quality of the tenants. And Wade, you shared with us something about U-Haul. What did they say about Kamloops?
Yeah, so I read an article the other day about U-Haul because we have 2 big U-Haul hubs here, and we're the second fastest growing city in BC right now. Well, they market it by how many U-Hauls in and out through their hubs, right? And we're the 11th busiest in all of Canada, the second in BC. So this really is turning into the place to be.
There you go. So after hearing that from Doren, we've shared stories, we've shared data, we've shared statistics, sharing with you why it's a great idea to invest in Kamloops. So I hope that has given you peace of mind and energized you and made you excited in purchasing in Kamloops. We have shared the contact information for Wade and as well as Doren. So if you wanted to know more, feel free to reach out to them. And also, we have our upcoming Tagalog Real Estate Investor webinar. We're just showing here. So, I'm gonna switch to Tagalog. Tagalog po ito, exclusive po para sa mga Pinoy kasi naniniwala po talaga ako. Meron po kaming misyon na makatulong na more and more na mga Pilipino magkaroon ng hindi lang isa, kundi 2, 3, 4 na property dahil marami na po kaming mga kliyente na yumaman umunlad edad, umasenso, nagkaroon ng magandang buhay through real estate investing. So ito po, so ang dedikasyon po namin at division ay sa Pinoy community. So ito po siya. Libre po ito, hindi ito katulad ng iba na libre tapos merong charge after. It's totally free. Punta po kayo sa Google review namin, makikita niyo po kung ilang pong mga Pilipino ang nagkaroon ng magandang buhay at tulong through sa ating webinar at sa ating guidance sa kanila. So yan po siya. And if you want to follow Karista on social media, we've also shared the link here. Kathy has mentioned here, thank you for this excellent session. Thanks, Kathy, for joining us today. I know you have connections with a lot of investors. Please feel free to share this link with them because we have had, again, I can't repeat it enough. We just have a lot of our clients enjoying wonderful rates of return investing in Kamloops. So thank you, everyone. Before we close, it looks like we have no questions. Wade, last minute tips, advice for people who are watching here today.
From Wade? Yeah.
Yes, from Wade.
Well, my philosophy for home inspection and for my personal philosophy for home inspection and for real estate is nobody should be renting. Okay. Now that's not always feasible. So that's where landlords like this come in. The second thing for home buying is, and this is where real estate agents come in, anything can be fixed. And every house is worth something. Okay? So even if a house has issues, when the price is right, it's still worth buying that house. And anything can be fixed. If we have that mentality, almost every house sale should go through. And that's where real estate agents come in. They need to price properly.
There you go. Fantastic. Thank you for that tip, Wade. And Kathy said, I will for sure, but what I need in Kamloops. Okay, so I know you will have a lot more needs, I think. Doren.
Just be ready. Especially Karista clients or anyone that's from out of town. I have a lot of clients looking for houses. So if I'm sending you houses, make sure you respond right away. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you like or don't like. The more I hear from you, the more I know that you're motivated to buy a house, and the more I'm going to send you new ideas as they come out. But it's actually impossible to service everybody right now. So just be really active and let me know that you're interested.
I love what you said. So here in this crazy market, we have there's two things that you got to remember, guys. You think because you are so special, which should be the case, you're the most important person in the world, that you would get the data just exclusive to you and you have time to respond. Well, that's not the case. So what happens is we have to advocate for ourselves. If there's something that we want, we have to go for it. We can't wait for it to arrive in its own time because opportunity does not wait for everyone. If an opportunity comes to you, grab it, embrace it. You know, if you see something that Doren has sent to you, they call it like tie it up in a contract because you have due diligence period. You have Wade, you can inspect, you have time anyway. So when you see that email, respond to show that you are interested. And then your realtor will say, okay, this is a motivated buyer. I have to make sure that I advocate for them as well. So when you advocate for yourself, you would get double advocacy from Doren. But if you sit there and wait, then unfortunately, you know, Doren is not going to push you because that's just not his style. So hopefully this tip is quite helpful for you. Be an advocate for yourself so Doren will be your superhero when you do so. Okay, Kathy said, there's never a problem without solution. That's right. So thank you everybody for joining us on Karista Live today. And again, join us on our real estate investing webinar that we have shared the link here. It's free para po sa mga Pinoy community. Thank you so much, Wade. Thank you so much, Doren, for joining us today and for, again, taking great care, professionalism, and expertise to Karista clients who are choosing to invest and work with you in Kamloops. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.